So when I woke up this morning, I had to Google something about like some type of marriage fraud where somebody wants you to be jealous of 'em, but God said don't be jealous of these people when they start getting their fake come up because they stealing stuff from the princes and the princesses to make themselves look like kings and queens and make the real kings and queens look like paupers. Now, it's two things in that Bible. If you wasn't doing the things that God said and doing right, then in Deuteronomy, it said that He's going to come take those things away. He will let those people take stuff. But if you are doing something right, then they're not supposed to be doing that. And then it was going to be a reverse effect. So now I figure out why these people keep on trying to make it seem like somebody is a stripper or somebody is on drugs or whatever this is. Like, I feel like I'm in perfect energy. Wait, what the heck happened to my... The heck? Like in perfect, like harmony, like, you know what I'm saying? And people say nobody perfect. Yeah, maybe not perfect in the eyes of these people or humans or the people that want you to seem like you are not, but somebody is perfect in the eyes of God. So it was two ways I was looking at this. I can't find my dang on phone. Like somebody in here moving stuff around. I could have sworn it was right here when I was just... Oh, okay, hold on. I think I know where I put it. Anyways, like somebody could have been married to somebody so that they can't testify against them, and now they saying that the statute of limitations is over. Uh-oh. Okay. So this could be a group of people. It's like somebody's like, oh, am I wrong or something? Yeah, because of who you dealing with. Like, I ain't gonna let it go. Ain't no way. It's like this whole family con, like I told you. Most of these people don't look the same. They're not the same. Okay. Uh, and somebody's like, oh, dang, if it get messed up, then it's going to fall on them. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck who is falling on. You're not about to come over here and play with you. You shouldn't have tried to play in my face with Africa or whoever else. Because I was hearing what one of the presidents said in the past, why increase the sons of Africa? They was not going to do that. And then I was also hearing um, that somebody will not, I said, oh, but these words are very specific, that in the Bible it said, I can no longer carry them. But we could use that energy as like Carrie finding out that these people tried to play with her, dumped that pig blood on her, and then she got mad, and then all those people died. So we can carry them or carry them back home to where they come from, but you will not, we will not carry them on our backs. Okay. And why did they say that? And why did the nation grow so strong over those years when they said that we will not increase them? It didn't say that they couldn't stay here. It didn't say that they can't have the pursuit to happiness. It's just saying they can't, you was not going to be increasing these particular people. And I'm thinking that there's something treasonous here. So we're going to go back and we're going to pull to see if in the past, Russia might not let these people in. But I'm hearing that's who we talking about. And that's why I be all kind of like on and off with Russia. But it's the women that you allowed around you to overtake you. They can over see that's why I say I've been around men all my life that had wives or women that come in their life too. I've seen men, but I've seen women do this too, but I've seen more men, to be honest with you. All right. I'm really the only like stay-at-home mom that I was really close with growing up myself. So this could be like bridesmaids. This could be because I heard somebody, I seen something that was like always a bridesmaid. It was like a joke the other day. So you could have got married, but somebody else stole your marriage and went off and took things that came with your marriage, all the perks. and somebody's trying to be funny, like, oh, you thought you was married, you was always a bridemaid, we took the marriage or whatever with marriage fraud, and we built something big behind your back. Okay, so you married America and England, and then you took all my shit to Africa and Haiti and all these other people, and you dispersed it there, and Mexico. So, and you gave them position of power, that's increasing them. Some of these people been here for a long time, a lot of them just came over here for this plot. So it made me think about also, um rural America. You hear Miss Crockett talking about, rural America. But somebody was like, yeah, I'm increasing my trees or something. And we talked about them trees that they increasing over here, but these not ours. You tried to kill our people off with COVID, the Americans, or the ones with the elders, or those of us that have old autochthonous blood, and then try to recreate it with something in your likeness, or some new people or breed of people that you're creating with our money, with our tax dollars, with our money. This treasonous family that stayed and played with the Democrats and laid with the Republicans, and then until you change the blood. You change the blood from what it is, and that's my bloodlines. You change you. I'm not talking about True Blood like the show because I never watched it, but you change. And so when she's sitting there talking about my constituents, my constituents, many people are in the foreign areas. I'm about to say warring. That could be significant. That need this stuff or whatever. And I'm thinking y'all that already went out and spread to so-called outer space or rural areas, and set up shop. So again, that's almost like Americans being surrounded by people in rural area that may not be from this country, that are plotting and planning and coming into the cities and coming into these small suburban areas and attacking in many different ways, and then going back and taking the spoils, paperwork, document, inheritance to rural areas where it don't cost that much to live. And some of these people still stealing and scamming, and then also getting food stamps and shit like this. So there is some cause. I keep on seeing famine. There is some cause for famine. And these are the people that destroyed my family, that sat alongside our families, that had children with our family members, that stole and took our children and our family members into the underground until they recycled these people with their blood attached to it, because they knew America, I was going to wake up, or America going to wake up and realize what was really going on. Because again, I've been around these type of people, these dads that turn the other cheek. You understand? When it comes to these women, you're not listening to God. You weren't listening to God in the first place when you decided to bring all my friends and my so-called constituents and my body around you and train them up against the Messiah as an antichrist movement, whether you knew that's what you was doing or not. But these people were so lustful and caring about the flesh or who's fulfilling their fantasies at the time, that you let a lot of shit slide. And that's what I said about these men. This grandfather clock that always come in the reverse here. You always fuck it up. And this time, America is on something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying no. A lot of these women have killed these men and reprogrammed with chips in them to treat them like dogs, because they seen some of us with this gracious energy or this automatic energy of a man wanting to take care of you, or they seen how these men came in and fake took care of us for 20 years so they can steal our whole existence and our inheritance. And you wanted to see, they chose to do that. Or you just somebody that naturally you got a man and he wanted to take care of you. These bitches is re-chipping these niggas and refurbishing them, and then recreating them to take care of pieces of shit that stole from America, traitorous bitches. I ain't got time for it. So I done seen these type of men turn a blind eye to a wicked woman, like a Cinderella story. His daughter looking all busted and fucked up, and then because you sleeping with this woman, you letting her and her children and other people in your little coven or whatever this is try to treat this person like they not nothing in their own soil. This is not your. That's why I said these people. This is not their. In this situation, my family, there is a Lucifer energy. Somebody failed. This is could be who's jealous of me in this situation here. This not this person's working efforts, but they used it also with this person here, with this alchemy and you and them, because you look just like my boyfriend. And you kept on populating the boyfriend because the boyfriend could have been a lover or taken as a lover or taken and made into a transgender at some point in time, one of his clones, to fulfill one of these men's, and the new person, and the new person, whoever the new masculine energy. I'm fighting with this feather figure or this dad or a father figure or an elder man over a motherfucking nigga that God sent for me after the rain. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna see these motherfuckers are be beheaded. So they think they're gonna go run up under the wings of the Republicans. When you already slaughtered all of them, this is like guerrilla African warfare. This is some shit y'all don't know nothing about. Voodoo and all this shit. You know, I was just sitting here listening to a video with Mommy Watson Tarot today. And she said something like, oh, this man is over there. He's weak. His knees is messed up, his back and his neck. I know you bitches doing spell work on me. Or there's a masculine energy that could have did me wrong. And now you're trying to run and hide in my skin or hide behind my back and put this pressure and put these pains or something on me. And I know it's Mommy Watchers Tarot's witchcraft. You understand? So you basically just told on yourself. So these are the people that thought they would they would steal from my intellectual property, make themselves a big name, remain pleasant most of the time, and then start saying shit like, because they know I expose all I don't have nothing to hide over here. So I like to tell people the pains and the things or whatever this is that's going on with me that I know people are doing. So you decided to put that video from a couple days up after I just said on here that my neck was stiff and these things like this, or my back or my arm or whatever, or my legs, or I can't bend down that much. You understand? And so you decide to put that video out and then have it resonate through my living room while I'm watching it on TV. So the people that's listening can say, ooh, look, that person was able to do that spell work. Ooh, look, they more powerful than Jesus. Or, oh, look, this person is wicked and they've been doing black magic. I don't know nothing about black nothing. I really don't even know nothing about black people. I don't know what these people is. Okay? These ain't even black people or so-called these black people. All of the American black peoples is over there in Africa. The ones that got tricked, and then the ones that y'all just took over there. So this is what this is. This is the Play Sisters. That's who these two people is in the reverse. This opera person, this opera Nikki, probably more than likely, okay? They don't themselves, they replace things with people or things for people. And then this Adele Nina, this is the way they looked at the wedding. This is the way that they looked at the wedding. This is the people that's in reverse. And guess what? Who is this? Jasmine Crockett, trying to protect these people and what they built in the outskirts, which was my original plan to preserve America and use the people to raise up the real righteous and the people that wanted to fight for America to have a stand or have a chance to raise healthy children and think the grid that I created. And so what did you do? You kidnap multiple, the dad, the husband, whatever this is, and then have them over there with you. And this is you trying to protect these people that's in the wrong for what they did. Because now people are mad because not just I stopped talking to everybody 4 years ago, but the fact that they may be, when you talking about something, these people are, they're not thinking what they're just in their emotions. They hear my stuff, they get all huffing and puffing. I haven't said anything cruel about anybody. The cruelties that they've done to me, I could drag these people. I haven't said anything cruel about these people. Anything. This could be people also that they may be overused, like alcohol, drugs. This runs in people's family, because I told you there's a masculine demon out here that attaches himself to families that have especially drinking or drug problems, and it's easy for them to use the minds of the mind, the way that the mind, if somebody going to sleep drunk every night, right? This is not to shame nobody. I'm just telling you, because I'm pretty sure in these rooms that I'm supposed to be in, they're talking shit about me or my sex life or something like this, because you can't never say I was addicted to nothing but tobacco. And they're getting to talk. It's like you're sitting here, and these people are these slow people are actually really taking what these people are saying into consideration. They're really listening to them. They're really something, and you're just over here doing this, and what they're doing really is making a difference, because you don't know. You're leaving something because you don't know what they're saying. You're leaving something written wrong or said wrong, wrong. So these are the people they act like they're the judge, the jury, and the fucking persecutors. They act like a whole justice system. So you're gonna try to break Jesus down, make Jesus broke after this is the first time a Christ energy probably been able to survive whatever this crucifixion is. And it happened to be a girl this time. And so you want to try to break me down or make me broke or something like this, and then have these people still, the war already been won on that level. Because you ain't been able to do what you thought you was doing. Even though you murdered a lot of my clones. You murdered clones of my family members, or you kept the ones that you think you could use. Things you already done it. So it would be a plus if one of these women that was this close to me since we was in the first grade got my man. That's just a bonus. That's just a bonus. It's the fact that you try to tear me down and fuck me up because I don't want to talk to y'all because I'm trying to figure out everybody else knew what was going on around me. I didn't. I didn't. I could not be doing anything to anybody but loving these people because I couldn't see any of this. But these are just people. They acting like God, like, oh, if you start explaining too much information, then out of the garden or something, or oh, you let the person bite the apple. Bitch, I am the apple or the tree of knowledge that y'all stole the knowledge from so you can raise yourself out of Egypt, or that you took the blueprint from so that you can create the grid that I'm supposed to be creating with the new world order, because that is what this is, what I am. And pretend like y'all doing something and you did not have this information unless you stole it from the president, okay, or the queen, or you had to seek the face of God. And anybody that looked for the face of God, they are supposed to be dead. No more. There's no more moves being made. Or taking the mark or whatever this is, or somebody else's identity or whatever this is. Or again, if you say don't take the mark of the beast, you could be the mark of the beast. I could be the mark of the beast. And somebody took your DNA and took your children and took your spouse and took you into the underworld and try to make you birth and populate children for them. This is nothing but damn cell on steroids. So even if this is somebody that was down since 1999, these people could have did something here to me or somebody else in the family or something like this with this DNA. And they might just now be ready to let this person ascend to, because in the Bible, the Holy Spirit doesn't die in one part, and in one part she does. Or they're saying you didn't even bury the Holy Spirit. So there could be a real Holy Spirit and a fake Holy Spirit. Just like there's fake Jesus and fake prophets and people that was going to come in my name, even if this is a hidden name that I don't even know yet, and say, even if it was Sophia, but they named all these other people around me, like all eternal, all these things. So you could try to, displace the information or the energy or the power. So this could be something, some woman was able to finagle something and have somebody, die at first birth or something like this. Somebody could have died here. I don't know. I just think something happened to somebody, okay? Really bad here. One of my birthing bodies, or this could be my beauty body. They could have sent somebody into trafficking or pimping and somebody could have died. I just think a woman died a tragic way, or in the bottom of a basement or of a building or something. And this might even be somebody that's in a tomb. But they had the nerves to try to put this good grace on somebody like Alchemy and you or something like this, and then try to act like this is this person or something like this. The point is somebody is jealous. This could be even just an angry man that this is a feminine energy, or somebody that would be seen as a woman. And this could be somebody that's a Hebrew Israelite or something like this. And then they want us to sit here and speculate or wonder what's been happening to all the little missing children here. What we say, the leche or the cream? What is that food what was I calling it? Um, y'all know food. It's that little yellow pudding little stuff with the brown crispy, stuff on the top. Okay, we just call it leche. this energy here, and then we have your sweet potato pie, which is the real the real authentic American, people, and then your apple pie, which is your Caucasian, all Americana, what they would say. But these children are missing, and where are they going? Because we have large amounts of these crazy left, these what are they called, the fanatical energies of these biblical groups and stuff like this, that like to think that, just like Islam, Hebrew Israelites, they like them young too. And now we have all these young girls and all these people going running over into the rural areas or something like this. I ain't down with it. Cause somebody trying to act like this was the plan or somewhere. If it was the plan, then y'all would have been talking to me and you would have been dealing with me the whole time. If it was my plan, why was you dealing with these people that think they can come over here? They made themselves giants. You see how fast the Hebrew Israelites grew? But it's Israelite. These are not original Israel. And so while Israel is getting blamed, Israel been having to been subdued. I had to think about this for a second now, because you put the wrong people in power back there in those scripture that we just read, whenever it was. And you gave the power onto this other system, or these other people, these other groups. So somebody's not moving fast enough for something. This could be if these people had just for business only. They had a marriage for 20 something years alongside yours or as a third party. I don't know. It's still, why would you have to do that when somebody was connected to the senior royal family, even if these are little hidden children that was tucked away or whatever, that wasn't a part of like your public royal family, but they shared, the genetics, or how kings and queens can get down. Bastards, if you want to call them. Some of you are not. Somebody like me could have been formed by God and placed there. You don't know. Okay? Or they do. That's why so many people was able to eat off of one fish, or one person, or two, if they split me with a masculine energy, or they split our energy. That made us rich. All this soft ass energy, I don't know if they got something to do with people's sexual orientation, or this trying to be politically correct. It's a problem. And it ain't never been a problem for me. Some of the job that we here to do, it's not, you might look at me as cold or something like this. A lot of people like, oh, if that was my son, I don't even know if I could turn my son in. It's a difference when you got a real, when you were born to rule or command, and this is something that's a calling, really. Because if you're supposed to be protecting the people in the land or something like this, and the resources, and you found out that it might be hard, but if you found out that your child was a serial rapist or something, you have an obligation. You done took an oath or something, or you done got that ceremony where you done took an oath to protect the nation. So it's a tough decision, but come on, because I feel like this is what somebody's trying to do. While this person was playing this business thing, somebody started messing around or something, because they couldn't be around you. So they had to be sleeping with somebody. So what? They start sleeping with the fake person or the business girlfriend or boyfriend. And they thought that they would take everything and move the fuck on and leave you in the dust. This is somebody who say that. I know you plan on leaving me in the dust. Something, something in the dust or something. I don't know whose song that is, but somebody could have thought you were going to do that to them, and then they end up doing it to you. So this is like somebody dealing with my younger self, my impressionable self, or finding me at an age when I was maybe still impressionable. When I was a young girl and I knew I didn't want to babysit all summer, but I told somebody, oh, I feel bad because she don't got nobody else. And then and then I'm in this situation like, damn. And I like to party. I like to go. I like to be out when I was young. What I'm saying? I sit where? I like to be out. So then by day, or for a whole month or something, then by the third, I'm not gonna mistreat the children. I'm not gonna be mean to the children because I said yes to something. It's not their fault, But at the end of the day, I be tortured. Like people, somebody call, yeah, what y'all doing? Girl, we over here. Ah, boy, stop playing. I'm like, oh, bitch, where y'all at? Do you get what I'm saying? So somebody could be could have went back and found found an impressionable version. And also these people would have to, if they was really Christ-like or something, they would understand that you think you know everything because y'all been watching me, but you ain't been watching everything else, or you trying to act stupid because there's family members that really loved me or you or whatever this is. If you find yourself in the room at one point in time, right? But they done already populated your people to feed nations and nations and stuff like this and have their nations come back to life against God's will because they didn't change the witchcraft and the wicked stuff that they was doing, bringing and sending here. But they wanted the healing anyway. So they stole from this body in order to reincarnate or to bring other nations back to life in secret with G7, which is an abomination. You know, especially these groups. And I know I'm jumping all over the place, but just get what I'm giving you. All right. Or don't. All right. Because some of these people, they practice incest with their own daughters and somebody father, maybe, I don't know. Somebody's father or something didn't feel comfortable with that. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Also, so this could be somebody that didn't know the father. Your father could have went against doing something inappropriate or something like this, or one of your feathers, and they thought they knew what they was doing when they was hanging out with these people. But these people had pierced to Christ already, anointed to get the energy or the essence. And this could be a father of yours that was with these people, but they didn't feel comfortable with that. Like I would be like somebody like, ew. You know what I'm saying? And so they could have been this feather, or somebody could have, or somebody else, a mother. I don't know. No, I think it's a feather. Like it's who you would call. Because in some of these situations, your mother is really your father, and your father is really your mother. Just that's just the way it is. Okay. But whoever, somebody, I just feel like somebody didn't want to do that. In I don't know. Maybe at that time when you were younger, they were just figuring this out and you had to have like an encounter or a sexual or inappropriate something. And later on, somebody found something where you didn't have to do it that way. So somebody could be at this era energy, like, and from the Nag that made a mistake because they didn't know the father, or they thought your father was the father, and all these people linked up with your father, and they found out that you the father, that I'm the father, that the father is in me, and then they try to go in another direction or something like this here. You understand? It's just God make work in mysterious ways when these people want to play games. You understand? So maybe Russia didn't do so, but whoever this person chose, or these families, like I said, the Pitts, Parhams, and some of the other people on the Bruton side, or whatever this is, and all these other all these other people from the community that I knew, seen and unseen, that had children that I didn't know, whatever this is, that went off the grid and started clans and everything. This don't got nothing just to do with ripping out these families and ruin it. Maybe getting out the bad parts, but this also it goes out, it stretches out. You can't just stop there. It stretches out because they knew that I would only be able to go by sight at first, and maybe be able to tap into a certain extent or whatever like this. But whatever this is, something goes deeper. It's not just a family. I'm not shaking up my family members, and it's not going to go back to all these chains or whatever that was hooked into their backs, where they got tricked or whatever this is, or manipulated, or witchcraft on them or something like this. So there was real, I keep hearing like 80s energy, like how families was back then or something. Shit was going on, but it was the beginnings of whatever we're suffering from now. You understand? Those times where everybody always talking about the 80s babies and the 80s times, and even in the 90s and stuff, the stuff was still trickling and going on in the background a little bit. It's just all like bam right now. Actually, what was going, what, how, that's why a lot of people are backtracking or saying how it was to be raised to be a black sheep or a set apart child or whatever this is. So I don't know. This could be replica energy of something here. I don't carry anger in my. I don't have no heal. All that was already done before I even started this journey. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even really not. That's why I'm saying somebody is just different than these people, and they trying to use their human, psychologists at a distance, disrespectfully so, test this and see that you don't know what you're dealing with over here. That's why I say about these people let their emotions and lust and they what they trying to hide or what they try or they working so hard to try to defeat you when you ain't even playing in the game so that they can cover up all this stuff that it took to get them there when God had placed people and they was jealous. Place somebody there. Because I already did the work on this. I know what I'm doing when I put this person here. And then these people start trying to dust off the road, like in Alice in Wonderland with them those broom people thing or whatever. Like, so again, there could be something where these seven nations men, they are not the ones that was actually literally going against America, but the witches or the people that they was meeting with, walking with, laying with, or whatever this is. There's a problem here. They could have set something back where I haven't been in contact. Say me and my masculine, they saw something glowing when they saw us together. Me and him was building something Adam and Eve kind of energy. Well, these people could have got jealous 10 years later. I haven't even been in touch with this particular version of this masculine for 10 or 20 or 25 years because they have had it. They wanted what they saw me having or something like this. And they was okay with letting me still act like, letting a stalemate stay here and act like I still had that. But this was all about building all this time. Nothing was being built with me unless they was doing it in another realm and it still would benefit them. And if they wanted to just kick me out or something, I can't go back to the sleep realm, invading my energy or something like this and find out what, where, when, and what. They just cut and then that's it. So this was inappropriate. This is like, I don't know, these are war games. Like, this is what our military should be protecting our domes and protecting us from. I should not be sitting here talking about this. And if they did think that, oh, she done said too much, then there should have been something to do to start protecting that energy. It's not you do understand what this type of intel here. The person can't make it because when God wants this to come out, that's when it's coming out. Just like they don't know what day or whatever or what time. I shouldn't know about it at all. So, it's something crazy like this. Yeah, we got OVE in reverse. So again, these two play sisters. So like I told you, in my real life, in my reality, me and my play sisters was close. So close. Not as close to my sister because she didn't spend that much time here. But in the back end, with the people that already came up out the system, these two could have been closer with my sister. Or my so-called sister, the one that was supposed to be sharing a mother and a father with me, but I highly doubt it. Okay, and and then this particular Scorpio energy, they could have took this person and gave it to the sister because these people were already out. I think that this happened before 1998. The dream that I keep having of me being pregnant and sitting in my room and crying or feeling trapped or it was nothing in there but just my bed at my metropolitan house, it's a vision there. And I could see my play sister's son running around. He was like maybe a couple months, 18 months, 10 to 18. I don't know, he was little. But the truth was in my reality, when they was that age, when he was that age, we was not staying over there in that house. We wasn't standing over there in that house. They was in Briarwood or whatever, or those apartments, or whatever. We and the truth was that I had my daughter first, I think. I had my daughter first, and then she had her son. So why was my baby still in my stomach in this vision that I keep having? And I was in my room and I was trapped or something was wrong in this dream. But I could hear because me and her moved back in there. Like something happened, whatever they did, whatever. And I'm like, well, I be here by myself all the time. You always at your girlfriend's house. Can Sophia move back in here or whatever? Can she just move back in or whatever? Because she was thinking because she was going between apartments or whatever. She just gonna stay here for a little bit until and he was like, oh yeah, yeah, or whatever like this. So, but I don't think we had children at that time. We didn't have, and definitely I thought that I had my child first. I thought I had my daughter first. I thought my daughter is older, only by a couple months. Yeah, I think she June and he was August or something like this. So I didn't understand why in this vision I keep having of me being pregnant and sitting in that room, and it was no furniture or nothing, just a bed in there. And it was like I was trying to figure out how to get out of there. Okay, I was trying to figure out how to get out of there in this dream. And it wasn't a kind of cry like, oh, my boyfriend doesn't love me anymore. It was just like, it was like trapped or horror or like what's going on, like confusion crying. It wasn't like I don't even know if it was fear. It was just confusion, like what is going on? It was that kind of crying, okay? But I think she was in the room with the room that she had was the other room or whatever. I think next to mine, but her son was there and he couldn't have been no more than 2 years old. And so that was just concerning to me. Cause how the fuck, how was I pregnant in there? It's a shady, like real weird vision that keep coming back. So I don't know. So that's why I think that this has something to do with this closer to this time. You know, uh, within the first 3 years of, me even being active here, the first 2 to 3 years here of me being active, right? And then when I told you I seen that vision of somebody like me and this male in the me and this male was like in the middle, and then these two were on the sides of us, and they were not in the reverse, they were in the upright, and they had crowns on. But it's like, you know, a tiara, because a tiara, somebody's name could be Tiara, but a tiara is just the front part, I think. Yeah, it's just the front part of a crown. Um, Not the full crown. It's like somebody broke my crown in half. Like they sacrificed me or something, broke my crown in half and gave it to these two people. Now they could have sacrificed me to try to turn me into some type of, I don't know, sexual, I don't know. I don't know. All right. And at that time, we was hanging out and stuff like this. We was all kind of, no, at that time I was still thinner. These two have been considered plus size, and I was thinner. But these two people could be thinner. Now, I don't know. It's something weird. I don't know if I'm picking up on somebody's thoughts at that time. Um, because usually that's what's happening when I pick it up like that. You know, I'm just wondering if like somebody felt left out, and then somebody was already jealous of me, and they like, well, I don't like her anyway. I'm gonna give these blessings to these two because she just thinks she all that, all pretty and shit like this. I don't want this person. I'm gonna pimp this person out. I ain't gonna give them nothing. Somebody that's jealous here. I ain't gonna give them nothing or something like this. I was never somebody that's like, I look better than everybody. Look at me. I thought we all got equal play. I thought we all got equal play at that time. Boys like thick girls too. They had bigger booties and thighs and everything. I was just like a little skin, a little thing. And so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if it's not even about that. This is something deeply rooted within family ties and bloodlines and rituals and witches and warlocks, and it's something else here. It's almost like I'm here right now talking to y'all, but we talking about the younger version of me. So I keep on hearing somebody saying, or this is this masculine that somebody mutilated or something. Okay. Because I keep hearing somebody saying, I'm out of my soul. This could be also, like I said, some kind of strange ritual that was done. Could have been done to all of us, or it could have been done to this person, or whatever this is. I don't know who this is. I mean, I don't want to say it's me, but this is somebody. And everybody else knew. They've been knowing for a long time. They was all working in the background. They got to leave their regular lives and work in the background and find out what happened to them in a death ritual or something. But they didn't want me to be able to come back. And so they hid this whole thing. So like when the gates closed or something, if you wasn't able to recuperate your body or your soul from when you died, your young self died or something, then you don't get to be a part of nothing. You don't get nothing. You don't get to be. It could be some deep something that I would know zero about. Okay. But I feel like these people know. And they've skipped this 3 times, 3 times already. They've done something strange. So that something will be rotten or something. And it can't go through the process of reincarnation for a next lifetime or something like this. I just don't know, y'all. I don't know why we even going that far. But this is why I'm saying this is like in your reality, you don't remember dying, or I never died here, or I was never attacked by my cousins. But in reality, you could have been by some jealous cousins and family members, and these bitches really didn't like you thought they did. They had to be around you for whatever reason. They really didn't. They didn't like you, or you know how people's thoughts are very powerful. You know, somebody could have been feeling left out, or oh, you came in and my sister was cool or whatever, and you or these people could be more than sisters and brothers when you meet them. But somebody like you just came in and ruined it, and now this person only want to hang around with you, or some like these could be children that have spells, or vampire children that have spells on each other. That's real heavy, and they, you know, they even in your family, these might not have been your brothers. Y'all, I could go deep with this shit, so I'm not gonna do that. But you never know somebody's thoughts. You never know somebody's thoughts. And a lot of men are sticking up for women, or they like, why you saying that? Or they hating me now or something like this because they gotta choose or something. But something is totally in the wrong. And I feel like if these people really adjusted, because they gonna end up falling with these hoes. And you know, if it's something that you know you can't take these motherfuckers with you, and some spell work or this mind control or something, they better snap up out of it. Because it ain't even about one or the other. You know, that's why I'm saying it's about integrity, moral standards at some point in time. It ain't even about, well, I can't go against my family. Well, damn, if you just found out, if you just walked in your basement and you found 10 little girls' bodies in your basement, and and ain't nobody been down there but your son, or you caught him in the act and then went around the corner and found, I mean, you got a big decision. I mean, it ain't gonna be that big a decision to me, motherfucker, because it is gonna be me next. No, we living in a supernatural time. It could be like, well, I did that to those people to make sure that my mama could stay alive or something. You know, because you don't know these people. I'm just trying to tell you. You don't know why people doing something. Mm-mm. I just feel like even if you was a witch or something, they'd be like, okay, girl, you make too much damn noise. You bringing all this stuff on. Let's just tell you the truth. You know, this is what we are, and this is what happens. Somebody could be lying also to a group of people about what they have to do to stay alive, and it has something to do with afflicting another person. But they was just saying this because they was jealous of this person. That never had to do this to this person. They never had to. That's like we have to kill a blue dove every whatever. They never had to do this. Somebody was lying because they was jealous and they wanted to have your works. They didn't want you having money, or they didn't want you having future money, or this is like people that knew that they was broke for 20 years, but at the end, all the benefits that was being reaped was going to be large. This ain't for anybody and everybody. Somebody was lied to by every fucking person that came in their life. Even to the point where if you was living or dead. So it shows that even if these people care, it ain't even actual money. This could be energy. This could be these people feeling like great again or something like this. I don't know, but it's well, there's that too. Whatever this is here, jealousy, your light, whatever this is, this abundance. People wanted to keep reaping in your benefit, something like this, and they was doing this over the head of the most high energy. And this could be because in a past lifetime, or if all these people really knew you, imagine your husband knew your play sisters, knew all your cousins, knew your mama and them, your whole families, you know, before that they got with you. But every time they meet somebody, they got to act like they didn't know them because they all in the same vampire coven. Because I don't only look at vampires, somebody gonna bite you on your neck and turn you young and beautiful, and you're gonna get a gift and probably run fast or jump in trees. These are people that strategically use paperwork and other things to drain somebody else's bloodline, and then hang themselves on those trees or something, because there's always abundance with these trees. The people that's actually of the tree may not be able to get this abundance, or if they go against the tree, they may not understand that that was the reason why they wasn't getting abundance, why they had to sign up for a coven or bow down or kiss somebody else's ass to get it, when all you had to do was be right to the person. I mean, it's something simple like this, but somebody lied. I'm just trying to tell you, somebody lied here. Somebody lied. Somebody manipulated something. So this could be someone like the forever youngers. They could have stopped. They could have got tired of being treated like children, and they could have went to law school or something like this. These are like vampires. They've been here for like 100 years or 30 years, or I mean 70 years, 80 years, 90 years. But the reason what they're using their law degree or their bar exam for is different than what you or I would be. This is like creating living ancestors or something like this. So let's see if so a scepter or something supposed to go to me from a certain place as the empress, but they gave it to this cousin because this cousin had a brief affair with somebody and they put this man to sleep or killed this man. And so they used that power, and then they told these girls, go over here and do this to the same other man. Go do this to the Germans. Go do the and now something is like captivated, like something, I don't know, something is doing something here. Okay. Um all it takes is the wrong person to be in power for the wrong amount of time, and something is getting cut here. It could be a 9 of Pentacles here. This is not you. This person is also sick and off balance or mentally ill. This could be sick, like if your papa was a Rolling Stone and they took him every 10 years to other lands and made them populate. Somebody knew who you were. They not supposed to look back. Like Lot's wife was not supposed to look back. She turned into a pillar of salt. But somebody looked back to see what this meant. They found out about a King of Wands probably, and they looked back and see, or they looked in this person's brain and found memories of you or a child that they got moved away from or moved on from. And they got jealous and curious about this person. They came looking for you. And they stalked you for like 20 or 30 years, fucked your man, took your children, had some type of power or something like this over you because you did not know who you were or what belonged to you. And they just played with your stuff and theirs. Or maybe they didn't have stuff and you did. And they was like, who is this person getting this money from this dad? But this could be somebody that was a god, and they had the opportunity to leave something for somebody in the past because they had to leave in a hurry, right? They already had these kids set in college and everything, but the child they left behind, they wasn't on that yet. They was just on their first, nut run. You know what I'm saying? And somebody could have had something, and they're like, well, who is this woman? Like I told you, that's like in say 1990. Okay. I'm with my dad, whatever this is. My dad is a part of a breed of Papa Brothers Rolling Stones people. They take him out, place him somewhere else, and place a stalemate or a clone there. I don't miss my dad or something. He's still there. But something weird like this. Best way I can explain it. Unless in somebody's situation, it's not your dad. It never was your dad. Your dad was somebody else. Okay? That didn't know about you, when it started a family somewhere else, and then boom, they found out about you, or these other people found out about this son through the wheel. And somebody could be like, what? And then they came up out of the outskirts or the outer realms or the underworld or something, and they wanted to get a closer look at you, but it turned into an obsession. Because even in African proverbs and some places in the Bible, it talks about, and I think it's more African cultures about, to the oldest son or the oldest child, these things, when they talk about how allotments should be given, is definitely heavy African energy in those verses. I've already put it up. I'm not going to do it again unless we run into it again. but I could tell that it was foreign elements. This was something that was foreign. Something here, all right? Because somebody thought, you know, it was a good idea. I'm guessing when there was a page, they thought this was a good idea, or how they could repay the son, or something like this, all right? Or listen, somebody remember when you was little, and they raised you up and said, hey, this is Simba, this is my, in the future you're gonna be having this stuff. This is the son. And I feel like somebody came back and they jumped out of their generation. This is like somebody that's a third generationer. You a first generationer. A first generationer for me in this storyline on this channel is people that was born in the 80s. The zero generationers are the people that's born before that. Like in this, before the 80s. Just put it like that. I just group all that together because I feel like if I was born in 80, then, and I'm trying to figure out this, then this is how I look at it. But this is a version of a child where your dad in the third, generation, which would be, so we got 80s to the 90s to, what is it? Wait, 80 to 90, 90 to 2000, 2010 to, okay, and then to 2010 to 2010 to 2020. Okay, so you get what I'm saying. The third one, pick the third one. That person didn't have no business. Maybe they could have seen this in the thing. Maybe somebody could have been searching all over and found you. Boom, there she is. Make sure she get this. But that person couldn't come back in. They knew they couldn't come back in. It would be after death, this inheritance, somebody would come to you and say, hey, your uncle or your daddy or somebody like this or this man or whatever left you this, whatever. But I think somebody started looking, somebody watch you and then get jealous of you and then was like, damn, she pretty too. Or this is making me think about the mortal woman, Queen, saying, my daughter, she's more beautiful than whatever, Aphrodite or Persephone or whatever she was saying on, the Clash of the Titans. And it was like, Mom, she was like, Mom, don't say that. And then, that's when, Hades came up and made her get on her knees or whatever for trying to say that about something. Because I'm guessing there was another goddess already. And this one was like, look at this, nobody can compare to da 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 da. So if the mother was like that, the daughter could have been like, oh, I bet you I can sleep. Yeah, she do got a good man. She do got some cute kids. These people could be in a whole nother realm than us. So they know about trafficking cartels and stuff like this. In the Truman Show, in the gooey middle, I wouldn't know nothing about this shit. I just think about regular laws. When people break the law, they go to jail. I didn't know that there was people that's in the system that can't go to jail, even if they break the law, even if they do stuff that the Bible said that you can't do, they doing it to people and they not getting trouble. I didn't know that existed. You see what I'm saying? So it's, mm, mm. Okay, this could be even somebody, excuse me, finding a distant relative or something like this that looks close enough to you to mate with, so they not mating with their daughter. Somebody could have even created something in your likeness so they don't have to mate with their actual daughter. I don't know. I just feel like this is something that happened in somebody's situation. Don't have to be mine. But now whoever this King of Wands is mad. We don't know if he been changed out, altered or something. Now this person is mad for some reason. But maybe it's because, like I said, if this King of Wands could be mad because instead of taking their own child, they could have took these two daughters because they could do something with them. They couldn't do nothing with me. So this could be a family member or a male energy that took these two girls and then found a very good liking to them as to the lifestyle they were living in the outer rings. And now somebody is mad. I don't know who this is. This could be they daddy. It could be your daddy. It could be somebody. Now somebody's mad at the son. Because they feel like you're not being understanding about the relationship. Well, in my reality, the energy that you are would have been my husband. And I wouldn't sit here and talk to, or my man, or somebody that was made just for me. So I wouldn't think I would be having to argue with you about choosing. And these bitches is saying little slight shit You a man. You don't know how the witches do and how they taunt and things like this. You probably so neglectful or something. You don't even know what they doing or how they're abusing me or something. So I would not think in my reality, if this is my man, I don't think that I would be arguing with you about protecting me over my two play sisters. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? If this is a man in my family or something, if we don't fuck with each other no more, you don't fuck with them. Or you can still deal with them or say hi and bye to them. But if they have hurt me or killed me or something, what the fuck wrong with you? This is my kingdom. Then that one I gotta say, this is my kingdom. Remember? You was never really the king. Remember? Y'all hid it from me. You was never really the one. Now somebody could be pissed off. You're not the apple of an earth father or earthlings or a feather or a sponsor or a muse or something because they wasn't able to touch you or have sex with you or play with you while you was still in the Truman Show. But they was able to do that with them. And we know this is the same thing about men and women both. I'm finding that this is true. When people are working together or they are fraternizing or something like this, it changes things. It changes things. Because if these people was in some strange us system, underground, them bunnies in that movie was talking about mating and messing around and sleeping around like jackrabbits and being studied on. Maybe even trauma bonding. You see, this is when we all go back to not liking you because you was in this energy. You don't know what it's like, what we had to go through and fight to go through to get here. But did you ever think, because you tried to block the world card energy, which is an energy that's supposed to be not just communicating for you guys as a broke up criminal family, but for the whole world to keep everything balanced. And you try to block that person that's supposed to be able to narrate or something with all the different peoples or different types of peoples on the world, not just some family that wasn't planning on giving this person nothing that belonged to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nigga, you belong to me. You ain't even gonna have no chance to make up your fucking mind. Well, if I find out this what's going on. Cause somebody bumped their fucking head. It's like if I got a man and y'all clone my man or my so-called spouse or whatever this is, that afflicts this or something like this. All them niggas is mine. You know what I'm saying? You don't just get to pick one. I don't fuck with you no more. Leave let that shit, let it go and move on. You know what I'm saying? I got other bitches that'll be respectful to the Empress or the Queen that would like to play with these wands. That's what the Queen of Wands actually is really about. You got to be anointed first. What you about to be passing around or a fountain or something like this first. Somebody could be manipulating somebody like, no, remember, I'm the one who's the fairest of the, and the person said, this person. And it's like Toby and shit. What's your name, boy? Kunta Kinte. And did, you know what I'm saying? What's your name? Toby. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like this. It's like, I don't even whip my slaves, motherfucker, and they do just fine. What you think you're doing? Yeah, we don't do that around here. What you think you're doing? So somebody could have started using somebody else. See, I feel like this Russian energy with this girl, and somebody started using, somebody else started using someone else as like nourishment or something here. But we got Russia as Russia is in the upright. I mean, with this energy, the apple of the eye, it's just like, what? Russia and General Washington is using their spear to pierce the dark dragon energy, dragoness energy, Sophia, or the dark spirit or the dark entity. You mean you try to put that person above me? You land with that person now? No wonder why something is, but it may not be. I don't know. I feel like this could be maybe what's his name? Zelensky? Somebody was doing something else here. Or they're trying to say this is the world card, but this is not at the age of discovery. This is not the same damn person. This ain't this Barker energy or whatever fuck this is. And even for playing with somebody, that's what I'm saying. Somebody keeps giving lenience to a group of people when whatever they did is so far disrespectful. I don't give a fuck how you feel about them. That's a casualty. Nigga, is y'all, who is these people? Because y'all claim in these books how Russia and all China and all these people are so crazy and destroy. You don't want to mess with these people. They will end you and things like this. I can't fucking tell who's soft. Like something is going on that I don't really understand. You know, bitches want to jump in people's bodies. Let me jump in these niggas' bodies. I ain't scared of these damn girls. We got Huber, public execution, hubris. These could be men that are linked to these women that are standing up because they know the truth about the beginning and they feel betrayed. And so they're trying to take stuff from me to make me feel betrayed, even though I'm not in any of this. I can't see this stuff that's going on there. This is like their own personal war or something that they fight. I can't see this stuff from day to day. Because the identity of this person is not an adult male, or Jesus is not an adult male. Y'all know the world card ain't nothing with baby Jesus in the cradle, but he just big or she just big now. Well, we couldn't tell what sex he was when he was in that little cradle with that ribbon wrapped around his body, but we could tell now. And it's saying it's not an adult male. And again, ever since the early Stone Age, this could be the name that's written on somebody's thigh. Or it's saying something was on somebody's thigh with this early Stone Age. I don't know what these people was doing between somebody's legs. Okay, you could have an enlarged clitoris, and they're calling it a penis, or I don't know what this is. Okay, you see, because I've never had surgery done to my private parts, but my private parts are not the same as it was when I was little. I have mental notes of what it looked because I used to. That's why I said you might catch me with some pictures of my, it's other reasons too, but my private part on my phone because I examine it sometimes just make sure, you know what I'm saying. I just look at it, and so sometimes I have my other half look at it. Even after I had a baby, I'd be having him look at it or tend to it or something. So, I kind of know what it looked like, or I could remember what it looked like when I was young and how I didn't change it. So who's been touching my garment? Like, hold on. So they could have did a public execution in another country or another land or something of this energy. But again, we don't know if this is the right person. Is this just somebody was acting they were acting like was the world card, like this Annalisa energy, or is this actually who was this energy back here? Because I seen that boy version of Annalisa with that curly blonde hair, that tarot reader. So I don't know if somebody sent someone in. There's times when we know that somebody pulled back a curtain and they couldn't wait to see somebody or something in the Bible, and they say, go check on this, whatever, with this person. And they couldn't wait. And they went in, and somebody could have went in and wrote the wrong note. Okay. So that they could sneak in somebody that had a blemish or was transgender, or they snuck in a boy under the guise of a girl so that they can have sex and not be detected or something. Like somebody did something wrong like that. And then we have Russia. This could also be something here with this trumpet and Russia energy here. This could represent whatever this is that happened with trumpet. I also heard that that Putin died a while back. These could be just these hackers or whatever doing something. Okay. But they just covering it up. But it could have been one of his clones or something here. But remember, they had a propaganda story or some kind of thing like this about 10 years ago about Putin's wife going to jail or him going to jail, and when he came out, he didn't look like himself. So there's other things that's been going on here. I remember I watched this documentary and they was walking him through this place and there was like cages and stuff like this or something like this. So these could even be aliens that have been, capturing presidents and doing something strange. prophet-led energy in the jungle, animal attacks. This could also be, I'm hearing this guy that be in the jungle or whatever. He's like, they're about to pay for everything that they did to you. But I feel like this is Mommy Watson's clone. You just want mine. You want my man. You know what I'm saying? The one that I picked. I mean, who wouldn't? But somebody could be trying to switch mates or something like this. Okay. Yeah. Somebody is doing something here. Wife, friend, companion. I don't know. Because like whatever, it's like somebody trying to give you scraps or something. Just do this. Just choose that. Yeah, go back to your hometown and just go stay like this local or something. And I just feel like that's not the thing. Like, mm-mm. Somebody wanna, I don't know, somebody wanna depreciate the value or the position here. So even if Putin was in full whatever, maybe not, but Annalise and them, how they was with Trisha and Elizabeth and how I'm seeing these girls now, if these people sacrifice me at that party, I told you I'll put the picture up. I think I'm gonna try to find it and put it up. If they sacrifice me, these people gotta pay. They gotta pay. Now my person could have been around me all this time, but then when he hanging around with these people in the little spaceship or they little underground bunker, it's just a blast. This person ain't had this much fun in so long. You know what I'm saying? And now this motherfucker a whole traitor. And it's like, nah, these people about to get taken out. One by one. Fucking playing with me. Yeah. These could also be people like with presidential status and stuff like this. They trying to act like they're the gods or something like this. And they're trying to find the clones of me that resonate with their families. And that's the one that they want to work with. Things like this. And they're closer than we think. Like, you be having somebody go to work. You think your person, I'm leaving to work. He hopping, skipping, she hopping, skipping out the door. They could be at work, but they in a neurochip with some other people. Or when they go to work, they go in some underground bunker and something else go get in that truck. You know how we say on the news, they was talking about all these electrical cars and trucks and all this other shit? That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And they want America to be left out of what they're doing in America. Because most of the people are African and Mexican, and they're not American, and they're taking over. And it's a no. And I want these people stripped from power. So if the father is somebody like Viseri or the grandfather, that person didn't die in this storyline. These motherfuckers killed him. Could have thought that I was dead, or they lied to this person, said we looked everywhere, the person dead or something like this, and I'm not. And I came for every motherfucking thing you think you holding on to. So now this like your grandfather or your uncle, you the last of the bloodline, and this nigga down in the underground with some bitches that want to kill you and his bloodline. Or this ain't the bloodline no more. It's a factory fake necklace from China person. Like I said, the plus would be if one of these people that was that close to me took my, because when this ancestor came over here from Africa and they cleaved on to me, when he finally found me, and y'all was able to raise up from the mud or the dirt or whatever this is, or the dust. And no matter how many women he had before me, it wasn't working like that. It was me that was the icing on the cake, or what got you out of Africa or out of Egypt. It's like the disrespect, dude. It wouldn't be nothing. These would be American, Bonnie and Clyde, America's Most Wanted. Only way you was getting away with being Bonnie and Clyde, nigga, if it was me and you on American turf. You're not about to Bonnie and Clyde me on my shit with some bitch. And nigga, they gonna find you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They gonna find you. And the way I say it's retarded as hell, bitch, because I gave birth to these kids. You mean to tell me my kids down there too working up against me? And you want me to give a fuck about if they get found and killed? I told you. I'm be like, oh, the children that I raised up so beautifully and so nicely, they have turned against me. Now go find them. Put them out of their fucking misery. Because we talking about the trees and the sons of Africa. I don't give a fuck who you like. Shit. This is talking about the reference to the saving of my motherfucking nation. Where I got to live. And the people I'm supposed to be fighting for. The hell? Just because you ain't saying it on the news. Duh. These people ain't that smart. And they just don't want you to know. A lot of these officials are done for. Just take the microchip out or whatever this is and get rid of them motherfuckers. So everybody's like, oh, look at Saddam and them in the war. You know, those guys are on their knees. Oh, my God, they're just blowing their brains out. If you knew. But it's like, damn, did Saddam them come back and they soft? What the fuck is going on? You know, this looks stupid as hell. It would be like America got the missiles and stuff to stop these people, but all of our tanks is being shipped out, and we seeing tanks from some country we never even heard of pulling up on the spot, riding around. Like, what? And you can still do something about it, but you sitting there still looking stupid. Because these people didn't put the proper people in place that they were supposed to. I can't. Because of some ass or something that's feasible. I can't. I won't. Nope. When it all falls down. When it all falls down. She's so self-conscious. That Major, somebody's name is Major. That she majored in don't make no money. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I just felt I sound greedy. But I went to Popeyes a minute ago. And because my daughter was hungry before she worked, she got the baby in there and everything. So I went there. I'm like, okay, forget it. I'll get you the big box or whatever. You know, I put my fingernail, because, you know, I like to go ahead and get in that chicken breast right there in the middle. Flip that first little piece up, open it up. I just like, I got to look at my chicken when I'm eating it. I opened it up and said, what is this gummy thing or whatever? It's like a big piece of cancer in the middle of this chicken breast. So I opened it. Excuse me. So I dug my nail in it some more and opened it back. It's like raw meat. It's raw. Like the chicken breast at the grocery store. So I went around I'm like, okay, I got the food. Yes, I can go straight home. Mm-mm. I'm glad I looked at it when I was over there because I wasn't going to open up the food until I got home, but I needed the taste of crust, of the skin or whatever. And good thing I did because it's way on the other side of town. And I said, I brought that back. She said, what? I said, you ordered chicken in this. What? I said, it's raw. And I told her, please don't give me no another breast. Just can you give me like 6 wings or something like that? Because I'm scared now. But they gave me that. It was extra crispy and it was extra cooked and dry like I like my chicken. And so, I still ate the chicken breast that they gave me. But, you know. So, somebody, I don't know, we got loss of power, the Middle East, and childbirth, death. I don't know. Somebody could have, like these, the thing is, the sneaky stuff that they do is very crazy. Like this is me that'll try to go pull me up that DNA. Where's the clone with the most heaviest royal DNA? Go find her. Bring her to me. You sitting somewhere or whatever, like in some dungeon or whatever, 8 months, 9 months pregnant, you have a baby in this dungeon, your dead body they just throw it out there to the wolves. And then they just take the baby and they like, now great. In 10 years, we can present this child as the Christ. And but really he's Islam. But uh we can also put the child in the royal family, and this is our end of our plan or something. But what they forgot is that if this Saddam Hussein energy and that's the DNA over here, then these boys better sit down somewhere. You understand? Because they said like I'm crazy or something like this. So it ain't nobody over there in the Middle East that's supposed to be overpowering this energy in this day. This is almost like revenge. Excuse me, for who killed that father or something like this. So somebody tried to be above somebody, or something was found out that somebody did this here. Or these was the people that was taken around 9/11 and reprogrammed and brought to the Middle East, and they think they Arabic. They could pass for it and they think they Arabic. They could have took my Saddam Hussein inheritance. And somebody that fit the narrative a little bit more. Or a child or something, okay, of mine or something like this. Yeah, and now there's a drought. Because I heard that they know how to do it. So there's something about reincarnation, or there's something about something, but they know how to do it, but the Arabics know how to do it, is what I heard. But I don't know what it is, okay? So they could be trying to get the new princes to walk around with all of my money, acting like they overpowering me or something. But these are really the grandchildren and the children of the friends and family that sat around me when I was young and lied to me or didn't tell me who I was or what this was or whatever this is. And then they want forgiveness or something. And you didn't even apologize yet or tell the truth. Whew. What the heck? I was about to light that incense, but it's too late. I don't want to get yelled at again. But I know they try to use, because I haven't used the incense forever, but something in that carpet in that room stank. And I seen one at the countertop. I'm like, let me get an incense to light up in this house because that room stank. It's a spot on the floor or something. So when he's like, oh, who light that incense? It was to get you to be disturbed. Like the Bible says, oh, and the women that light up their incense all day long. This could be talking about your sage. This could be talking about your pal santos or whatever they call it. Or back in the day, we all know that our parents in the projects and in these, urban areas, everybody was lighting, incense. But somebody's trying to make it seem like you're doing like a ritual with an incense, when really somebody just need to cleanse the air in their house. You see what I'm saying? They wanted to smell good because something smells sour or something, right? Until you can find out where the smell is coming from. So somebody's like, "Oh, you're burning those incense again." You see how he just went really in with it to try to make it seem like, see, right there in the Bible, it says don't burn incense, or the women that burn incense all day. But you know what? Let's see what an incense is. hmm They mad because they not smarter than you or me. And they saying that we prideful, but we just setting the record straight and they mad. Let's look at an incense here. And all these people need to be fired. They need to be removed from these programs. These are terrorists. You was worried about 9/11. You better put that red sticker back up on the screen today. This could also be them trying to hide something here. Because I was thinking about I had a dream. I was like, what about Lisette? And then I had a dream about this girl. I was thinking of Lestat or whatever, with the vampire or whatever. But then I was like, wait, this girl named Lisette. I remember when she used to go to high school with us, and she was the sister of that boy Nathan, the Moore boy. And then later on, he went down to Texas. But I was hearing that these people they lied about, somebody lied about, it's either them, a clone of them, an older version of them. Somebody lied about my lot or something like this, right? And then that's what got them a portion down in Texas or something like this. All this is connected. All right. This could also be connected to, what happened with the whole yeah. See, because I feel like some people felt bad that they did something to the Christ back then. And so some of these fallen angels or something, they was trying to pay their dues a little bit, or they was coming in acting like, oh, I'm coming in for support or something like this, but they really wasn't. Yeah, so this could be this Nipsey thing, like how what happened, why these people really died, like Tupac and Biggie Smalls and stuff like this. Because with the rappers, because it say rappers are in the law dictionary, it say that they are inmates or something like this. So it's like what they say, a reprobate mind. So that might be the real reason why they can't be in politics. Because somebody think, I don't know, somebody think they crazy. Somebody think you crazy, something like this. It's the real reason why they can't be in these positions. Mm-hmm. But somebody's breaking all the rules to reject the cornerstone. But person already been raised up. Already been raised up. You just being disrespectful now. So what that mean? Excuse me. Somebody's walking the middle path this time. It's about to be a drought for these with their abuse of power. Trying to make it seem like somebody's doing something that they're not doing. It's a drought. Somebody could have had fun with these girls or something like this. It just ain't the same. I said it, and ain't nobody else gonna say it. Who gonna say it? And I'm thinking that some of these girls could have even been boys, and they had them around me as young boys, and we was all sleeping in the same rooms. And they could have been they could have been creating seed off of me and these girls. And the thing is, they're getting all the messages about where's the money at. Because some of this stuff can't happen some kind of way, or what courtroom or what city you need to be in to claim something. The Messiah, or I'm not getting, they're redirecting that information to the enemies of America and me. Excuse me. So it's about to be a drought. Now, what would that look like if these people are sitting here fighting for benefits for SNAP people, talking about rural Americans, and there's already guerrilla warfare and cartel people that then went into rural America and slaughtered these people because some of these people are black or dark skinned Mexicans. They're not black. They're not American black people. Or they're African. They're not American black people. They're not. And they're greedy. You know how they used to say, oh, the greedy Africans or something like this back in the day. You would hear stuff like that, or that dude be doing this, or the person be, or even like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I'm gonna say, even I heard this when I was growing up, even about Jamaican people. Everybody had like that Jamaican or one African friend that came by or worked with somebody and was at the barbecues or something like this, or something sneaky. But it could have been just, the rebellion that was growing. You get what I'm saying? This is not being prejudiced. Again, you want to be politically correct? I don't have to be. And I was thinking about this energy here when I was younger. It said, look at what they wear on their feet. Okay. But back then, when Deion Sanders came out, Jordans wasn't popular like that. Jordans didn't get popular until we went to high school. And there was not that many people around me that was wearing Jordan. We was wearing K-Swiss and stuff like this. We was wearing, it wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying? Jordans wasn't a thing. Air Jordans wasn't a thing back then. This will also be stilettos, pumps, red bottoms. Again, Jesus was barefoot. These people probably be talking about me around here because I be going outside barefoot, or I be going to the gas station, not the gas station, but I be going to the drive-through to get my food, and I don't be having no shoes on. Popeye's always got some kind of excuse. Can you just come in? Because we ain't taking no orders in the drive-through. What? I had to tell that dude that other day, I said, I ain't got no shoes on. So he had to do something weird, like come out and take the money from me from outside. I don't know. It was something weird that we had to do to get my order put in. But this could have been something like that. British Knights? What about British Knights? Because we had jelly shoes back in I think in the summertime, and in the wintertime we was wearing British Knights. Sometimes. Or a lot of time we had Payless shoes on. But somebody was being greedy and they got swindled, okay? And now something is a disaster because these people was abusing technology. And again, accidentally, you could have evaded capture here. Also, one of your children could be being used to produce seed. See how these are like two little trees behind this person's back in the Middle East or something? Also, Timberland boots. I did that video about Timberland boots on my Facebook a long time ago. And about, construction boots, or, worker boots, or, those boots with the, them boots with the fur, or bear paws, or, stuff like this. Whatever them other, the Ugg boots. Okay? Hold on one second. So, okay, abuse of technology with Africa. I told y'all. This could be also to produce these Mami Wata drownings because they're foreign deities. And now these people are losing their status and reputation here. because Jesus walk on water, or they ain't even paying attention to water or something like this. This is like waves or clouds. And Jesus said, I came with the sword. Yeah. Pre-earth. Something could be pre-earth or before earth here. They could be losing this reputation as the mother of they could be, Africa could be losing her name of the mother of humanity or the motherland or whatever. Okay? Because it's not really true anyway. But you know how when the daddies leave in a single family community or household, they still blame the mother for standing behind and taking care of what's left. Ain't that funny? And talk about how women can't raise men. Well, damn, they wouldn't have to. I'm pretty sure they don't want to. They wouldn't have to if the niggas would stand. Yeah, so in the future, something is going to be happening in the future. All right. Because I told you that Africa was sending their spaceships over here. They was claiming our bodies so they can reprogram, they can reproduce their lands with this vibranium. They're stealing our, so when they say the white man was doing all this stealing, I just wonder where. Or when America or the West was doing all this stealing, I'm trying to figure out when. Because, you know, Russia is Africa. You know, China is Africa. I mean, it's supposed to be. It's over there on the same continent. You know what I'm saying? So something is strange here. Hold on. It's not my fault that these people tried to. They could have, and that's the thing that's crazy because they could have changed it back. They could have plugged the proper people back into the system and everything, and they didn't do it. So do you want some type of war, or you wanted to be seen? All right, you wanted to be seen or something like this, and there's no pass being given to the indigenous people or the people claiming to be indigenous either. For the bloodline that's really supposed to be behind the Republican Party, the indigenous people was the ones that came in and dug on us or dug on the earth or pre-earth or whatever this is. It's still not the autochthonous people. It's not the first peoples or the original people. It's not. The autochthonous people will not be getting no land patent because it's for the people that invaded them and moved them off their lands. We got America on the top of the deck. Again, somebody's behind somebody's back blocking the information here. And again, they blocking somebody from God or something like this. There's a lot of people that's compromised, but the victory is coming for America because of all of this stuff that's off balance. People could be getting concerned. And whoever was doing this, they're not getting away with it either. Know that. All these people that somebody was celebrating, they could still be drinking and whatever and being married. Or married, one of them married the one that they said was a harlot. That's a skinwalker. So these people invited this Hayoka witch or this Buhag energy or this skinwalker into their body. And that's what they do to people, traffic them, do these things like this. This is who somebody was celebrating with. But they blaming it on the devil. They're blaming it on the devil, but it's these people. Yeah, these people that been lying, they about to be burdened because again, there go the sword. And I feel like this Spencer energy, this silver eye tarot or whatever, and the Spencer energy, these people been claiming that I'm their son or try to son me because of the fact that the father was changed back in the 90s or something. And they could have left these people in power and somewhat power for a long time. And so this is like Jesus saying, okay, We don't need no handler over here. You a trader or something like this, and cutting this handler off and the magic off, and taking back the lion, because the lion actually belonged with this Queen of Swords, as this Lion of Judah energy, or this regal breed of the Lion of Judah belongs with this Jesus energy that made it this far. But I'm telling you, these people don't. They're not crying, or they're gonna die with a smile on their face, or something like this. Because remember, we got the Nine of Swords. This person don't want these pad people sad no more. I said pad people. Mopad. I don't know. Thai pad. Somebody could be Thailanders or something. But anyways, they don't want them to cry no more. And this person think they in trouble, and they don't want to cry, or they don't want to weep, or something like this here. But there was a true thing here with this Hierophant Taurus and this Queen of Pentacles Taurus. It's not with these people. So this is like, these people, like I said, they stole, not, girl, she stole my man, but somebody stole American missiles or weapons, okay? All right? And they were using them to grow their nation here, and you're caught. What do you, they say all is fair in love and war. Well, whatever they doing, okay, these people could have been trained to just die, like before they give up the secrets or something. They'll just say, just shoot me. I don't think that you should do that though, because they do have extended information that's needed. It's like they allow these people to go and take material or intellectual property from these people, and they were using it, and now you found some spies on your land, and they're using American resources. Whatever they did is very sneaky and very unjust, and it is something that they're gonna have to lay down their life for when they was working with the underground or whatever this is. But I feel like they was working with upper chambers too. It's not just the underground with this Judgment in reverse, with Parliament, something like this. These could be vampires. So again, if you just kill them or something, or they might put a stake in them, because there's draining people their energy here. They might put a stake in them, but it's not going to cause these people feel like they immortal. Where they got this immortality from, I don't know. But whatever this is, they think that, I don't know, they might think, but if they went against God, then you don't have that immortality anymore. It's just the fact that we would, the Messiah or these people, the Avengers or something, would be realizing what they've been doing, and then that is how they're not going to be able to come back into this. This is why you can't rebuild with them. This is why Sophia and whoever these other deities or whatever cannot raise up again. And they mentally ill. Something, whatever they've been through, have them crazy. Like the damn cell people. They should be locked up or moved to calmer waters or something. Whatever the tactics they've been using against people. Okay? It's insanity. It's complete insanity. It's bold though. But if you already changed out who is in the top players, you're not, you're just doing stuff around your own people. And they're like, yeah, get that, do that. It's just a bunch of criminals. There's nobody there to say, this ain't right. They could be getting blocked from some type of intel. The Sophia energy could be them trying to raise up something high. They could be trying to raise up something higher than, this could be like the Tower of Babel or whatever. They tried to raise up a tower or a woman to be like God or something like this, but it's just not working. Yeah. Again, somebody's doing something ill with the information. They're instead of make this is the grid, this is the information to make us clean again, healthy again, something like that. If you're not talking to America, how do you know to make her great again? So whatever they're doing is making something very bad. They have to be blocked. They have to be stopped from this information or this intel that this person holds or whatever this is, which is the sun, which is the person that's supposed to be getting the victory right now, not these people. But this is like, no, let me in. I'm best friends with this person. Remember, I was here last week with Justin Bieber or something. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like this, okay? All right? There could be something hidden here. This could be some secret scrolls or information. All right? That has somebody like, what the heck? Yeah. They could be looking at about this Empress, because somebody could have tried to run up on this Empress. Remember, this came out like this last